What's up YouTube? I'm back in with another reaction video, man. It's your boy, I'm back in with another reaction video. And today I'm going to be reacting to Avengers Why Ultron Was Right and knew about the Scarlet Witch. Honestly, I don't really understand the title of the video, yeah. But I think and I believe the video itself should actually give me an insight of what the guy is trying to say about the title of the video. I don't know, I don't know if that makes any sense to me, the title of the video. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but then me personally, I don't really understand the title of the video. Like, I don't even get it, like, why Ultron was right and knew about the Scarlet Witch. I don't want to jump into conclusions, so I just want to, watch the video and then see what's up. Let's go, man. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Screen Crush. I'm Ryan Airy. After watching Thanos dust half the universe in Infinity War, you were probably shocked. No! I mean, who could have seen that coming, right? Well, the answer is Ultron. Ultron knew exactly what would happen all along. What? And yet, all of us small-minded organics rooted for the Avengers to dismantle his plan and burn him out of the internet, like so much Adobe Flash Player. So I want to go through the events of Age of Ultron, his plan, and prove that he actually knew about Thanos the entire time. First, let's talk about Ultron's plan to end the world, and more importantly, why he was convinced this was the only way to save the planet. Ultron was designed to be a peacekeeping program to help the Avengers protect Earth from alien invasions. Tony Stark designed him because he reckoned
we are not enough.
After coming online, Ultron also decided that the Avengers weren't enough. He decided to circumvent the team and create permanent
Wait. Why is Bruce Wayne editing the video? This is not about Avengers. Bruce Wayne is not. I think Bruce Wayne is DC, right? Yeah, Bruce Wayne is DC Comics, and I think Avengers is Marvel, right? So why the fuck is Bruce Wayne in this video? This guy.
His own way.
I think a lot about meteors, the purity of them. Boom, the end, start again.
After Ultron comes online, his vision teaches him a simple truth. Humans are complicated. They have too many viewpoints, languages, tribes, countries, and they will always be at war. So he makes a simple determination. To create peace, he must remove the extra variables. It's a simple binary decision. War or peace, on or off. So he decides to turn the planet off.
Boom, the end, start again.
But to understand Ultron's motivations, first we have to understand his train of logic. So let's take a closer look at the imagery in that vision. Now, this may take a while. It's a pretty deep dive, but do you trust me? You know, there are actually 5 visions in this movie that MCU fans have dissected every frame of, including me. But Ultron's is overlooked, which is a shame because it's a masterclass in editing that spells out his internal logic that really guides him for the rest of the movie. The first sensation he ever feels is fear, followed by curiosity.
What is this? What is this, please?
But immediately, he detects a problem with his core programming.
I don't get it. The mission.
Now remember, Tony's final command before the successful integration was,
peace in our time.
So back up a second. Do you know who said that? Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain, after striking a deal with the Nazis that he promised would prevent war, save lives, and
peace
create
in our time.
Peace in our time.
So Ultron receives this command and automatically detects the flawed history of this statement. So he investigates further. First, he investigates images of peace, including the peace sign. Soon he sees that the peace sign is also a hand signal for victory. Victory that is achieved through war. So humans can only achieve peace following war. The problem is, as Ultron soon finds out, that peace created by the end of war never lasts. It simply creates a lull before the next war, when the other side will counterattack. He references this later in the movie.
Everyone creates the thing they dread. Men of peace create engines of war. Invaders create Avengers.
But Ultron wants to make sense of his mission, so he studies the life forms that he's assigned to protect. He examines the history and artwork of the human race. This figure is
all that was done in like what? In like seconds when he was created.
Dante and his guide Virgil beset by demons as they pass through hell. Then Virgil informs the demons that they're on an errand from heaven, so 10 demons agree to escort them out of danger, and then they make a fart joke. So what does this teach Ultron? That to humans, the ends justify the means. They're willing to compromise with demons to make their lives easier. Then this quote from Aristotle on ethics appears. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. This shows Ultron that humans have technical and scientific knowledge, but lack the moral clarity to use technology for the good of others.
I'd like to know why S.H.I.E.L.D. is using the Tesseract to build weapons of mass destruction.
Case in point, the portrait of Rhode Island founder Roger Williams greeting the neighbor Gunset tribe for the first time. Williams brokered peace with this tribe that lasted for about 40 years until they were massacred by the
Bro!
We also see the
Bro! Everything is adding up. Like, everything is making sense.
unification of Berlin, Russian President Boris Yeltsin meeting with George Bush, but then the images of the Iraq War that George Bush fought. This contradiction is made explicit with the Hiram Johnson quote, "The first casualty in war is truth." We see the heroic Hercules' ninth labor, stealing the belt of Queen Hippolyta, but in the myth, this heroism is undermined when he enslaves the queen and her fellow Americans. As casualty numbers climb, he sees that the Avenger Captain America was a soldier, and later he shows his contempt for this profession.
Captain America, God's righteous man, pretending you could live without a war.
See, the problem is Ultron approached this from the wrong way. Tony said,
"Peace in our time."
And he said this ironically, fully aware of the original context of the quote.
Oh, took it.
Ultron doesn't understand irony, so he takes the mission literally. Now, these aren't the only variables that make him decide to turn off the humanity switch.
This feels weird.
He also discovered that the Avengers are deeply flawed organic life forms.
How could you be worthy? You're all killers.
Ultron has examined the Avengers' past, how they barely came together to save the world before. Then, he runs predictive analyses to determine that, no matter what, the Avengers will fail to protect the Earth. And he's completely right. This movie begins with the Avengers at the height of their power, completely unified, and then they slowly fall apart and, like Ultron, are forced to evolve into a new form. Ultron didn't want to defeat the Avengers, he wanted to expose their flaws, to show that there was a better way.
But you will tear them apart from the inside.
Ultron has a long monologue about creators being replaced by creations.
Everyone creates the thing they dread. People create children, designed to supplant them, to help them end.
He has given himself the same purpose, to replace the Avengers as the world's peacekeepers.
There's only one path to peace. The Avengers' extinction.
He
Boom!
reasons that he'll be better equipped to protect the Earth because he has no discord between them.
I have what the Avengers never will. Harmony.
Let's look at the myriad of ways the Avengers were unfit to defend the Earth from Ultron's perspective. The two team leaders, Tony and Steve, are polar opposites. Even in the first scene, Steve questions Tony's morality.
Language. Big man.
What are you?
Take that off. What are you?
They don't just disagree on strategy.
Billionaire philanthropist, playboy, Iron Man. Genius. A genius, a billionaire, a genius, a philanthropist. Playboy. I love that part, bro. Yo, man, Tony is the shit, bro. Tony is the shit. Well, the guy is cocky as fuck. But I like it, though. I mean, you cannot be that kind of person and not be cocky. It's going to be hard.
About why they even fight.
Isn't that the mission? Isn't that the why we fight? So we can end the fight? So we get to go home?
Steve ends up...
Bro, guy, they overhype this... Guy, why would Captain America shred the log with his hands, bro? What are you like? What are you, bro? What are you like, bro? What are you? Is that the super serum or what? God, man. Oh, man, fuck these people, bro.
And judging Tony throughout the entire movie.
Black market arms. There are conventions, right?
While Banner and Natasha are each reckoning with their own internal demons.
Where can I go? Where in the world am I not a threat?
And trying to prove to themselves that they're not monsters.
I had this, dream that I was anything more than the assassin they made me.
While Thor, as an Asgardian, has a history of creating bloodshed on Earth. Consider the thousands of Norsemen who went to war fighting in the name of Thor.
Dang.
The main villain of this
Dang! All these superheroes are villains from the beginning.
Isn't Ultron. It's the Avengers' own fears and insecurities. Tony is especially flawed. He's vain.
Textbook narcissism. Agreed?
He manipulates Thor into staying longer so he can dissect the Mind Stone.
Banner and I'll give it the once over before it goes back to Asgard. Is that cool with you? In just a few days till the farewell party. You're staying, right?
And Wanda looks into his mind and sees his destructive impulses.
But I saw Stark's fear. I knew it would control him, make him self-destruct.
But remember,
Bro, someone like Tony as a villain is going to be like mad. That guy has Arsenal with him. Bro, man. Hey, well, Iron Man as a villain would be crazy. It would be dark.
Ultron is connected to the Mind Stone as well, so he's just as capable of seeing the potential for Tony Stark to cause destruction. He sees Tony as an unstable human, someone who's more of a danger to the Earth than they are a protector.
Give me a fat beat to beat my buddy's ass.
And worst of all, he's afraid that he'll be exactly like Tony because he was made in his image. So all of Tony's destructive impulses come to a head in Captain America: Civil War, the movie that proved that the Avengers were unworthy. Thor, who's above petty human squabbles, is nowhere to be found. Hulk retreated from humanity into his own internal monster.
Tell me, Captain, do you know where Thor and Banner are right now?
Natasha, desperate to prove that she's not a monster, has difficulty choosing what the moral choice
Dang.
is.
I'm just
Move, Captain.
reading the terrain.
Oh, you will be
Steve refuses
moved.
to sign the Accords because it violates his code of honor, while Tony signs the Accords because he's motivated by guilt. First, the guilt of making weapons.
I saw young Americans killed by the very weapons I created to defend them and protect them.
And later, the guilt of creating Ultron.
Ultron. My fault.
Ultron regards Tony as too emotional to be the world's protector. Ultron judges him harshly for this, especially because the
Tony's
robot
like a child. I mean, sorry, like Tony's an adult here with a child's mind, like a child mind. I'll just put it that way. Like Tony's like an adult with a child's mind. He has these parental issues, especially like this fatherly issues. They just put it that way. It's broken. I mean, his childhood is just like, broken.
exactly like him, and that makes him hate Stark even more.
Junior. You're gonna break your old man's heart.
And it's understated in the movie, but Ultron's personality is modeled after Tony Stark's.
Ultron can't tell the difference between saving the world and destroying it. Where do you think he gets that?
They crack the same jokes.
Clearly, you've never made an omelet.
You beat me by 1 second.
And phrases.
But I always say, keep your friends rich and your enemies rich and wait to find out which is which.
Tony Stark used to say that.
Tony relies on machines instead of people. He's also vain, but so is Ultron. His master plan is to create a new body that the surviving people can worship.
I was meant to be beautiful.
This goes all the way back to Ultron's self-loathing. He hates the humanoid form because it makes him seem like a copy of Iron Man. That's why he wants to create a new body wholly independent of Stark's designs,
Do I look like Iron Man?
to prove that he's not flawed like Tony Stark.
He's a sickness.
But most importantly, Ultron and Tony are both futurists. Tony calculates worst-case scenarios and tries to limit potential harm.
I'm just trying to protect us. Future us's, and that's it. Just in case there's a monster in the closet, instead of,
Shirts.
In fact, this line,
Every time someone tries to win a war before it starts, innocent people die.
that line can refer to both Tony and Ultron's plans. Remember, Tony not only saw this coming, he rubbed the Avengers' faces in it.
I believe I remember telling Tony, alive and otherwise, that what we needed was a pseudo-armor around the world. Remember that? Whether it impacted our precious freedoms or not. That's what we needed.
I'm telling you all this so you understand that Ultron didn't just want to save humanity. He wanted to create a new humanity that was worthy of survival.
The human race would have every opportunity to improve.
Yeah. That was the line. That was the cue. That was like, and the lady, I think the lady said, "What if they do?" Or the guy said, "What if?" And he said, "You should ask Noah, bro." Like, God, bro, this was prime. This was like prime Hollywood. This was it. Hollywood was still investing in their script. They were investing in their cast, the production, the producers, the directors, the editors. Like everybody played their role, but now everybody's just money hungry, man. Just releasing shit. Movies are shit, bro. I gave up on movies in 2016, but then I was like, let me give it a little bit more hope. I pushed it to like 2019. After 2019, man, bro, I was just like, man, rubbish. Just doing some sequels, some remakes, casting rubbish, fucking rubbish. Disappointed, bro.
him as the ultimate being. But I think that Ultron
they only care about the numbers, bro.
Thanos was coming.
How did you know Thanos was coming?
As I've pointed out in more than one video, the Infinity Stones are all linked. For instance, the Space Stone sent the Red Skull to guard the Soul Stone, which the Red Skull implies is sentient.
You might say it has a certain wisdom.
And the Mind Stone actually speaks to the Vision.
What are they?
What the stone was warning me about.
Pietro gets his powers from the Mind Stone, but he gains the abilities of the Space Stone, and Wanda displays the powers of every single stone. She's even able to use the stone to communicate with Vision.
I just feel you.
But most importantly, Wanda uses the energy of the Mind Stone to show Thor a grave threat forming in space, the Infinity Gauntlet. Later, he even clarifies this vision.
I've had a vision. A whirlpool that sucks in all hope of life, and at its center is that.
And that vision came true. The Mind Stone was at the center of Thanos' quest to end half the life in the universe. We did a video on that. Subscribe and check that out. Now, like I said earlier, Ultron's mind is based on the Mind Stone.
You had to guess, what's it look like?
It's thinking.
You see where I'm going with this? If Wanda's experiences with the Mind Stone gave her the ability to accidentally show the future to Thor, then it's possible that the Mind Stone also revealed the future to Ultron. Consider this. How else would he have known that the stone was inside the scepter, or how to control it without touching it? So let's assume that he had a vision similar to Thor's. He saw that some galactic threat was coming to Earth and would want to acquire the Mind Stone. So he builds a body for himself that he can use to protect the stone. Now this is the same body that Thor saw in his vision here.
Yeah, with the eyes, yeah.
This portent of the future could be the reason Ultron designed Vision to look like this. He was copying the being that the Mind Stone showed him. He even implied a celestial threat was coming for Earth here.
When the Earth starts to settle, God throws a stone at it.
I'll go you one further. Wanda's ability to show
When the head starts to settle, God throws the stone at it. So he's referring to the stone. That stone that is in the Tesseract. Oh, and the stone being the one that brings everybody together. When Thanos cracked the skull, the stone was at the center of it. Okay. Bravo, boss. Bravo. Well done. I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie now. I actually understand what he's trying to say now. Actually, I get it.
Of the future.
I know I'm slow. I know I was slow, but I get it.
We've already seen Doctor Strange use the Time Stone to calculate probable alternate futures. Maybe Ultron, a supercomputer that's supercharged by an Infinity Stone, was performing those same calculations. But he was unable to foresee Wanda betraying him because of her reality-altering powers. In WandaVision, we see that the Mind Stone not only enhanced Wanda's powers, but it also showed her a vision of the Scarlet Witch, her future self. It's very possible that the stone spoke to Ultron as well.
So wait, Wanda later became a villain. So Wanda became Scarlet Witch. I used to think Wanda and Scarlet Witch are two different, I don't really know much about comics, I will not lie. So I used to think Wanda and Scarlet Witch are two different people. So apparently, Wanda evolved to be Scarlet Witch. Okay, that makes okay.
Showing him the vision. Now, given that Ultron has a huge ego, he misinterpreted this to think that this body was meant for him.
I was meant to be beautiful.
You think I'm reaching? Maybe, probably. But let's test this theory out. Let's look closer at Ultron's plan.
You want to protect the world, but you don't want it to change. How is humanity saved if it's not allowed to evolve?
Ultron would have created a new body to make him better at fighting off Thanos. Presumably, he would have done a better job than the Vision did. Ultron does not want to kill everyone on Earth. He wants to rid the Earth of the weak.
We have to evolve. There's no room for the weak.
And who do you think would survive this apocalypse? People with superpowers. People like Wanda and Pietro, potential soldiers that he could mold into a perfect fighting unit against the cosmic threat to come.
Mutation. It is the key to our evolution.
After Wanda and Pietro tell Ultron their origin story about the shell in their living room, he says,
I wondered why only you two survived Strucker's experiments. Now I don't.
That's a weird line. Now, in context, it sounds like he's saying, oh, you survived because you hate Tony Stark so much. But WandaVision revealed that they survived because Wanda had supernatural abilities. I think that Ultron figured this out. He calculated the remote probability of a Stark shell failing like it's some kind of piece of junk hammer tech. He knew the shell could only fail if it was made to, by a superhuman like Wanda. So he recruits Wanda and Pietro into his superpowered army. Ultron wants to use the Vision's body to become beautiful, godlike, and the leader of the new human race. Yes, this is because he has an ego, but it's also because he knows that he can marshal humanity's greatest forces against its greatest threat. Ultron's fatal flaw was in obeying his programming too accurately.
Peace in our time.
He sought to create a permanent peace on Earth because he was incapable of recognizing the beauty of something fleeting. Sunsets like this are spectacular because they're rare and they eventually go away. But the beautiful contradictions of humanity, the art, the music, the war, are fleeting and special.
But a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts.
That's just what I think, but if you have any theories, let me know in the comments below or at me on Twitter. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. For Screen Crush, I'm Ryan Airy.
Bro, no, I'm tapped in. Actually, this was a good video. Don't lie. Actually, this was a good video. He explained everything very well. Like, I mean, it took me probably like what, like maybe around like what 13 or what? Yeah, 13 minutes to actually clock what he was trying to say. But then it made more sense to me afterwards. Like, it made total sense to me. It took me like 13 minutes to actually like tap in and to get like, you know, tuned in to actually what he's saying. It makes more sense, yeah. It makes sense. I actually love it. I love it. But I have to dig into all these superheroes and comics and villains more. Maybe like 2,000 likes on this shit. I'll do another one. 2,000 likes on this shit. I'll do another one. I don't know yet. I'm not sure, but I'll try my best. I'll try to do another one. Thanks for watching, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. War. Victory.